My name is Marietta Mahani, and this week's Aqua tip we're using the noodle. And we're going to use the noodle to support our body in the water by placing it between our legs. The noodle's going to be between my legs, and what I'm going to do now is lift my legs up and just do a jack. So open and close action. Now, can you see this can be a little annoying? So I'm now going to push that noodle so there's a little bit more behind me than there is in front of me, so it's not going to be a problem. That's much better. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a reverse stroke action with the arms. Now I'm staying on the spot. So of course we could travel with this, but I want to stay on the spot for a specific reason. One is I want to get my inner thighs to work really hard. So I'm going to squeeze my legs together, which means I need to squeeze my hands together as well. So it's an adductor, chest workout, and keeping my body on the spot means I've got to keep my body very upright. So have a little bit less noodle in front than you do behind you. In fact, you could even go a little bit less than that and go into this position. Yeah, here. Now notice how straight my back is, because this is such a good chest, adductor, inner thigh. And it'll also get your heart rate up. There's a fair bit of effort involved in here. And I've got my fingers open. Now, I'm not going backwards. The reason why I'm not going backwards is because of what I'm doing with my hands. So I'm definitely pushing my arms forward, but then I turn my palms out and I push my palms out. So I'm pushing the water out and then I'm going forwards. And what I'm doing forwards is balanced out by how hard I'm pushing back, and that's why I'm staying on the spot. So even though the legs are moving, and the legs and the arms are moving in a similar direction, I'm on the spot. Now, if I want to go backwards, the arms change. Now I pull my elbows in so that I can move backwards. So the arms are quite different. So I've got this push out, this push out, this push out to stay on the spot. I've got this pull in to travel backwards. But even if you want them to go backwards, I think it's a cool move to do on the spot, for example. So you do this on the spot, and then you get them to go backwards. That changes the emphasis of the movement, but you still keep going with reverse stroke. Get them to turn around, yep, but still opening and closing the legs, right? And now let's go backwards again. Now let's go backwards. Push the water forwards, but there's no leaning back. So there's no lying down on the back to do it like this, which is very relaxing and a bit useless. You know, you don't get really much work involved when you're doing that. So I liked it sitting up nice and tall. But get a little bit less noodle in front, more noodle behind, so it looks like a gigantic tail. And think about the hand actions to stay on the spot and for traveling. And that is this week's Aqua tip. Demonstrating this open horizontal jack with the noodle isn't very difficult on land. What I will share with you that is a little bit more challenging is what to demonstrate with the hands. So I've got the noodle and I'm not going to put it between my legs and then sit on my chair, because that's going to be way uncomfortable. So the very first thing I always do is turn side onto the class, explain that they need to put more noodle behind than they have in front. And I exaggerate this when I'm demonstrating this on land, because inevitably a lot of people will slide into the center. So I really exaggerate it. So there's a lot less in front of me than what there was when I was in the pool. I was probably about there. But I exaggerate a little bit so that they're very much aware of the fact that I want them to put a bit more behind them than they do in front. That also helps with sitting upright. Then you're sitting down in the chair, okay? And then you can hold the noodle with your arms to demonstrate the legs, which is pretty easy to demonstrate. But then, of course, you're going to have to let go of the noodle so that you can demonstrate what to do with your hands. Now, to demonstrate the hand movement, I would demonstrate in the seated position, and then I'd stand up and show them it's a scoop in and a push out, a scoop in and a push out, because they need to push that hand out to be able to feel that they can stay on the spot. Remember, you don't want them traveling backwards. So, arms forwards, push in, but when they travel backwards, elbows come in. So can you see the difference? So arms circle in, push out with the palms. So that keeps them on the spot, okay? Elbows come in, and that's what gets them to go backwards. Remind them that they're going to feel this in their chest and in their inner thighs. And that's really important that they understand that, so that they can apply enough force to get that sensation in their chest and inner thighs. Of course, if they maintain that beautiful upright position, which I would show side on, I'd say now sit up as tall as you can. Yep, as you're doing the arm actions, so that you're not leaning backwards at all, sitting up nice and tall, you're going to feel this in the abdominals. So the main teaching points I have to share with you here is what you do with your hands. Tell them where they need to feel it, because that will help them with the emphasis of the exercise. And then there's that awesome combination that you can do some on the spot and then get them traveling backwards. But it's always with a really upright posture. It's never lying back, because you don't really feel anything when you're lying back. And that is this week's Aqua tip.